Right. Live on Facebook.
Yeah, I only recently figured out that you can coordinate Zoom with Facebook, which is pretty cool.
Oh, you just figured that out? Oh. So how did you go live before?
Just on Facebook.
Oh, wow. And the quality was fine?
Seems to be.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I like Zoom better just because you get to record it. I don't know if you can do that through Facebook. Just
Yeah, I don't know either.
anyways. Okay, we are going live. Let me just double check. We are
Live stream. There
live.
we go. Yeah.
Yay. All right. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today, bringing on one of my past clients, Julia, to just briefly talk about her experience working together in the last, I would say, maybe we started in like April, May. So
Yeah,
for
around then.
the last 6 months. And yeah, so you guys can hear from her and just chat through kind of your journey throughout the last 6 months, because I feel like so much has changed. Even from like the first day, we were like, oh yeah, let's start working together, and so many massive transformations. So I'm excited for you to be on here to just share with the group. But first, why don't we start just briefly sharing with my audience, like what is it that you do and who is it that you help?
Yeah, sure. I help copywriters primarily. So I am a copywriter myself. And then I actually have a mentorship program that helps copywriters with more of the like business side of things. So a lot of courses teach the copywriting portion of it, but I find that a lot of copywriters kind of forget that they're also running a business. So really helping them with their own messaging, their own marketing, their own processes, things like that, and helping them set it up in a way that they can scale instead of just kind of getting slammed with
Yeah, I find it to be so helpful too, because especially in our marketing and business coaching space, having actual like expertise in helping a specific type of service provider is so helpful. And that's why like having, oh, like you growing a coaching business is different than you growing like a copywriting business. Like there's different
totally.
skills that's required. And also you have more experience in doing it. So it's like it just makes the most sense for you to help
Yeah.
your type of people. Cool. So if you were to think back, I think we might have connected like before this year actually, but if you were to think back like at the time where you reached out and said, maybe there's potential here. What were things like in your marketing or business before we started working together? If you can remember that time.
Yeah. Yeah. I I remember just feeling like things were like fine,
Hmm.
but they could have been better. And I knew that to get to the level of like income and the level of kind of business that I wanted to, they would have to evolve from where I was. So just kind of that feeling of being, I don't know if stuck's the right word, but more just kind of stagnant of like, okay,
Yeah.
like I've got myself this far, but I like there's more to this, and I didn't know the right steps to kind of take.
Yeah. So it's like because I remember when we were talking, like you were already making money. It wasn't like, oh, I need help on like signing
Totally.
clients. You were already having, somewhat like consistent income, even if it was stagnant. You just wanted it to kind of grow beyond the current capacity of what you were earning, and
Yeah.
having kind of the process and strategies to go beyond that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Cool. And what would you say was like the main motivator from like, okay, I want to hire Selena as my marketing coach versus like gazillion other many others that might be doing the
Other
same.
options. Yeah. A lot of it, like we've talked about in terms of, yeah, what makes anyone choose to work with anyone is just the personality side of it of, we had a few really positive interactions of, our Facebook group and some messages and stuff like that. And so I think just feeling, yeah, that it wasn't just this like random person that I was about to trust with my business was big.
Yeah. Would you say was there mostly like the interaction came from like the one-on-one conversations we had, or was there anything like around my messaging that also felt like, I like what she's saying?
Yeah, I liked that you had the different kind of streams that I was wanting to build out in a business, like an email list and social media posts and a Facebook group and kind of those different aspects. I could see you using those in your business the way I wanted to use them in mine. So that was, yeah, that was something that I definitely looked at and was like, oh yeah, okay, she's doing what I want to be doing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. And as you kind of reflect back in like the last 6 or I mean even 7 months, because I know we wrapped up like a month earlier, what would you say would be some of like the 3 biggest outcome or results that you experience in your business, either through our time together or just even after?
Yeah. Oh, good question. Think definitely broadening my, not so much my audience in the sense like I'm still helping copywriters,
Mhm.
but broadening my audience in terms of where I'm finding people that need my help.
Yeah.
Uh, so that's been a big one. Yeah, coordinating more of my platforms like email, social media, stuff like that. And yeah, I think just basically having someone to like bounce ideas off of, right? Where you're like, I'm thinking of doing this, like, what do you think? And yeah, instead of just it being me.
Mhm. Yeah, I love it. Was there anything else, or maybe even like it could be like revenue, it could be results, or it could be even like shifts or things that you realize like, oh wow, like this is how I could do things. Any of those?
Yeah, I think the audience thing was definitely the biggest of like,
Mhm.
oh, look, there are other, yeah, there are other places where I can find people
Mhm. Yeah.
that I can help. So yeah, that was definitely a big, like, it opened up a lot of opportunity.
Yeah. What was the impact of that? You broadening your audience and you broadening like your leads. What was the impact of that to like your marketing or your business and even maybe like some of your offer suites? Because I know you started expanding towards that.
Yeah. So I've kind of organized my, yeah, my mentorship program. And yeah, I think it's mostly just, it helps me create my own stuff without it being, um, yeah, just such a like small audience of me teaching, my like cohort basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, being able to help people who are in different stages of their copywriting business or who kind of came into it from different like streams.
Yeah.
So yeah, being able to, yeah, I think get more clear on like what I do
Mhm.
and yeah, where people need to be in their business for that to be helpful.
Yeah. So really the clarity of filling in the gaps of, okay, these are all the other people I could help. Like, where do I fit in like their level of expertise and how can I help them bring them to where they need to be, right?
Totally.
Yeah, I love that because I think with especially with the work that you're doing, right? With copywriters, I'm sure you get them at different like levels of their journey and you have the right offers to guide them through. It's just about like how do we expand your audience to like really magnetize more of those people?
Totally. Yeah.
Nice. And kind of a fun question here. What would you say, like in terms of the last 6 months, what was like your favorite part about, our coaching container,
Mhm.
working one-on-one with me? Like, what was that experience like? Your favorite parts of it?
Yeah, I think my favorite parts were when I would be out doing something kind of more business ownery or what at least feels like that to me of like working from a coffee shop or from the beach around here and being able to still yeah, kind of have that connection point with you where it's not like, oh, you have to be in your office like
Mhm.
100% of the time for this to work. Yeah,
Yeah, like very casual, right? With all of my, especially like my private clients, we just need to find a space to just be present, and it could be literally anywhere. Like obviously we're in our homes right now for this interview, but I think the beautiful part about coaching is you get to help your clients no matter where they're at, and if they need to be in a different space, like we can just still be present and get what you need help on, no matter
totally.
the space or environment.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was really fun.
Yeah, and what would you say would be something that was like surprising about working with me? Or like you thought this was what she was, or like,
Hmm.
was there anything that was like, oh wow, that surprised me. Like I didn't think I was gonna get that or what?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, I think a lot of these last 6 months I haven't expected. So, um, Yeah, I don't know that there's any like one thing that comes to mind. I think just it's kind of the like, the make money later tasks that you do where you're like, this is
Mhm.
gonna pay off eventually.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, actually seeing those pay off has been really fun.
Ah, like the strategies that we've been implementing, it's like, okay, they might not sign clients like right now, but they're gonna build you that like kind of the warm pool of leads that will either they convert later on, but they'll still be there. It's like it's part of your community.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting. And would you, now that I'm trying to think of this question, if you were to kind of, see someone, or if someone is on the fence, even watching this video or the testimonials, or maybe on my sales page, whatever, they might be debating like, okay, maybe I'm interested in working with Selena, join her accelerator program, whatever it is. What would you say to that person that's like on the fence on the other side, debating or not? Now that you know what you know about working with me.
Yeah, yeah, great question. I mean, I think for anyone who's in kind of that similar position I was of like, yeah, things aren't really at the point that they're wanting them to be, and they're not necessarily sure how to get there. Yeah, working with you was really great for having kind of an outline, but also being able to work with me personally and not just say like, these are the cookie cutter solutions, like go do them. So yeah, I think that was a really good combination.
Yeah, like being able to personalize the strategies, the approach, the processes, like back to your business and back to like your business model, and having that guidance to like know, okay, these are the ways we can do it. It has worked, but let's try it out and like see if we can make it work for you. And there's a lot of flexibility too when it comes to coaching. I find it so much more fun too.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I think that kind of wraps up everything. Is there anything else I guess you would like to share that we maybe haven't talked about?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, well, I am excited to just see, your journey as you continue to embark with your copywriting business
Yeah,
coaching venture. And I'm sure you're going to be helping so many more clients with what you do. And yeah, thank you for your time today.
of
And
course.
maybe for the audience that might be watching this, if they are looking to hire a coach that's specifically helping copywriters, like where can they find
Copywriters.
you? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook as Julia Michelle, and then I've got it's called Copywriters Who Crush It is the group that I have for copywriters who want to grow in their business. So they're welcome to check it out.
So, well, thank you so much, Julia, for jumping on. And yeah, hope you guys are watching. Have a great rest of your week. Bye.
Okay, bye.